What's up, everybody? PCB with you guys. Welcome back to the Town Hall 15. And what we have on the 15 today is talking about Super Bowler Smash. So, with the Super Bowler Smash, we're going to be talking about how I plan an attack in general, but we're just talking about how I plan a Super Bowler Smash. So it really depends on the particular army that you use. I see a lot of people use their army differently. With Super Bowler Smash, sometimes they have three Super Bowlers, sometimes four Super Bowlers, sometimes with what's it called, a Yeti for funneling, as well as a Baby Dragon, and also a Electro Titan, which I like. I tried all those different strategies, well, different types. Sometimes they work really well, and I like using six because I feel like I have a little bit more pushy melee base, as well, and I get more bounces, and I can take a little bit more of the heavy defenses at once. And I think I can. I think I do pretty well with six sometimes. Sometimes even I use five, and I use a Titan. It really depends on what style base I'm hitting. That's the big thing. What style base you're hitting, how the base is set up. Sometimes you want more, sometimes you want less. So it really depends on the style base. With any single army using Clash of Clans, from air to ground, it really depends on the style base. So I'm just gonna show you guys. I did 3 attacks already today, and I can basically show off. And I'm gonna show you all how all three of them went. You can see 2 battle triples and a time fail, 93%. So I'm gonna show you the differences of those hits. That's the big thing. I'm gonna show you the difference of those hits. So I'm gonna show you the 2 triples first. I'm gonna show you the time fail because they happen, and I'm just a regular player too. So with Super Bowl Smash, this is the ideal base to find. A box style base is like bread and butter in a sense for a Town 15 box base Super Bowl Smash. That's like number one thing you always want to find. So with the box style base, box bases are like most of them are like the same. Going one side, coming the next. That's basically the best thing for you. So even air on this style base, Blizzard Lava destroys this base. I use Blizzard Lava and destroys the base. But when I use Boulder Smash, it's a little bit different how I plan, even though it's going like the same way in a sense. So with the Super Smash, my army consists of 2 archers, 2 support breakers. Sometimes I use one, sometimes I use two, depending on my entry. For this one support breaker is fine enough for this base because I have 2 jumps. It depends on the style base if I have to do a double layer break or one layer break, and I can double jump through the back end of the base. So that it really depends. I just bring 2 to be safe most of the time because I'm in Legends. If I'm in War, I run 1. Once I can break in one there and I get like a box of the style base like how the box here is with the scatter. If I get a base like this compartment itself, I can use one wall break and then I can jump in and out. If I have like a double break in a sense, because not this wouldn't really work, but if I have a double layer that I have to break in to get over to the other side, and then use my 2 jumps, that's why I bring 2. But for Legends League, I bring 2 just to be safe. So 2 archers, 2 wall breakers, 3 balloons. Sometimes you can change the balloons here or give rotate. Sometimes you use 3 or 5. Those work well. 1 wizard, 5 healers, 4 healers is not terrible, but I like running 5. A baby dragon, main 6 super bowlers. That was a tongue twister for some reason. Ice column that I like for tanking, as well as a headhunter. Flame Flinger, I run different stuff in the Flame Flinger. I like using Hogs, using Yetis, using Rocket Loons, but I like using the Hogs to help with my RC. Then the spells, 2 Rage, 2 Jump, 2 Freeze, 1 Poison, Rage Freeze in the CC. And my pets as haven't really changed. So for this base, I decided that I'm going to funnel one side, which is any side, or any 2 of these sides that can funnel really well. Flame on one end, and then drop in my super bowlers and stuff. So with this one, I like using the king in 2 different ways, where I use him to bring in the main push of the army with the super bowlers. I use him to funnel on the outside, but it depends on the style base. It really depends on the trashes on the outside. So for this base, I like using it completely different. So I start off the ground warden wall. I forgot where I started off my ground warden wall. Oh, there you go. So some of ground warden wall over on this top side here, the left hand side, and then the top right hand side. I decided to. I said top left hand because my left hand right here is where I drop my warden, and then the top right with my right hand is where I drop my flame there. So I got good value here. I want to take out the stuff in this box compartment here. while my flame flinger takes the box cell compartment there, and you see where I wall broke as well. So I'm gonna let my ground water work out, and my flame flinger do its funnel, and then while the ground water is working on this funnel, I then will let the flame flinger do this funnel. I try to do this simultaneously because the flame flinger works a little bit slower than the ground warden. So you mainly want to drop your ground warden first. So then I drop the king queen and also bowlers down behind, and then I think I dropped my endless support breaker. I think it'll go here, but this compartment was still open. But the flame flinger took that down in time. So then I drop my gem into this poison compartment. You see everything is gonna work their way in. The RC is gonna come over, and then I can use my spells here. Everything is gonna work simultaneously. So I got the ground warden's ability. I still have the ground warden's ability. I then dropped the next. I didn't drop the ground warden's ability. Yeah, because the triple bounce ended up getting the town hall. So then I didn't pop my warden's ability. I then pop my warden's ability to save my king a little bit from the single target in front of the tower. You can see the tornado is pushing my bowlers back. So then the single target hit my queen. I pop the queen's ability. The flame fling is still working at this time. I don't have any more spells. I just dropped my last jump on the back end, and everything is working with the healers. Queen is still working on the back end with the sub bowlers still on the other side of the base. And now I have the flame flinger working on the warden pedestal, while the eagle is still raining down on me. I could have gone on the other side, but I decided to run through here because I didn't want to leave the monolith on the back end. Basically, I would prefer the eagle sometimes than the monolith, but it is a give or take. So now I pop my flame flinger so the hogs can come out, and I still have my RC to run with the hogs. So while the healers are on my queen and the sub bowlers, I decided to pop the flame flinger, and then I'm gonna drop my RC down here while the hogs are a little bit tanking for my RC. And it literally just tanked in a couple eagle shots. And the king on the back end. It was risky to do it this way, but he decided to go on this way. So the RC is gonna work now on the enemy king. Eagle shots are gonna go on her, and she starts her ability. I drop my queen up on the outside to where, and the queen is on the wall right now. So the flame flinger, I pop the flame flinger like I said. Healers are switched over. Pop the RC's ability. I have 14 seconds left, and the eagle shots finish up. And my RC still has decent health. And even though the Diggy died, it worked really well because the Diggy was actually tanking on the king, and I ended up pulling out the triple on this base. So just a little sneak on how I plan a Super Bowler hit, because this is a pretty hard army to master. It's pretty hard to plan too, rather than mastering it, because you want to know good entry, where you're going to enter there, what is going to happen if you enter there. So it is a big hard thing to plan, and I do like watching Clash Bashing too. If you guys don't know, Clash Bashing does, so he's probably doing Super Bowlers right now. I like introducing and watching him do so, and I like Super Bowlers as well as a Smash army. So I practice a lot of different armies in Legends Day throughout the month. I probably practice every single one close to, other than Twin Hawk. But this is the second one here where I did completely different style base. This is one of the harder bases to plan in my sense, because this is like an anti 3-star base. Town Hall on the outside, this is very hard to plan. Super hard. If the Town Hall was like really Monolith was, it'll be a little better. Or even if it was right here by the Dark Elixir storage, I'll be able to ward on one side, like here with the flame flinger to fling that out, funnel here, and then drop the wall breaker, and let's like click the town hall and go through the rest of the base. But this base is so hard to plan, but I can show you how I end up tripling it. It's a little bit of a across the base, so to speak. So with this one here, I'm gonna 14 that's it. And I just see the base and decide, okay, I'm gonna do this, and I go with it. I try not to really think about it too much, even though I suggest I have a good plan, but I try not to like doubt myself, I guess, even though I still do it. But I try not to doubt myself too much, and I go in with a plan. If it fails, I can look back at it and decide, okay, if I get the star base again, I'm gonna try something completely different. So with the Teslas on the bottom, I just dropped my balloons, and these balloons are really good because these Teslas can really stump you when you are doing this army, because the flame flinger cannot outrange the mortar or even the Teslas. So it's pretty hard. So I decided to start on the bottom here. I wall break where I was gonna enter, and I'm gonna do a completely different funnel than what I did with the other top, where I use the king to funnel. it instead. So I dropped the ground warden to target the to basically get the aggro from the mortar itself, and then I started rage because I was battling the RC. So then my warden had to do a little bit more um attacking more than defending in a sense. I say that, but he had to do a little bit more work in a sense. So the flame finger and the ground water working together. I like doing this, like pairing them up together when the funnel is different. So then they draw the king here to actually funnel out this side instead of using the balloons or even the big dragon. So then I pulled them. I froze the two bows because they were targeting my warden. I wall broke here so that my king can go into that compartment and just keep the funnel a little tight. I jumped over here, and then my second jump was different than my first jump. I jumped here because even if they went in this compartment with the king funneled out there a little bit. So majority of them went this side inside. So they had another area to jump. So when that bomb tower went down, I was able to push some inside where my spells would have been a little different. Even though the queen did walk, which sucked because I wanted to keep her inside. So then bullets are still working as well in the middle. I'm gonna 2-time exit. And they took out a decent amount of stuff. They took out one of the the scatter, sorry, and then I was a little left alone on the back end of the base. So I dropped my RC over here, and then I missed pop my queen's ability. I was trying to pop my flame flinger to bring the hogs out, and then everything slowed down here. And it was a big risk to finish on the town hall. This is a big risk to finishing town hall, but I did so well with the outer and inner funnel. I was able to finish off the base on the town hall, but it's a big risk. It's a risk. But once I decided I was going to do it, I was going to try not to doubt myself, and I went in and we crushed it. And we got a triple. But this is a very hard base to plan on. It is a very hard base because you sometimes in Legends you get any random base and you don't know how to plan it. If I see one thing that I may think is a flaw, I'm gonna go at it. If I fail, then I know, okay, I will go back and plan something completely different if I see the base again. So, or I will try it a little differently. So now with this last base, this base I did not know what to do. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't know what to do. But the flinger value was a little different. I wanted to try the fling over here, but having the mortar and the ground bowl, it was a little bit of a tease. And even up here too was a little bit of tease because I wanted to warden and flame flinger here and try to like wall break into these two compartments. But then my jump would have been not so great because then my SuperBowlers would have split too much. That's one thing with SuperBowlers. You don't want them to split. Any Smash army, you do not want them to split because your spells are not going to be as powerful as you think. So my initial plan was to warden over here and funnel this side, and then drop my flinger and king down here to fling this out. But the mortar probably would still be able to tag my flame flinger. And then I wanted to wall break into here and then jump like around here, but I wanted to tag the town hall too, so then the jump will still be pushed over and then jump it over here. So they're still gonna be a little fine tuned together. Some will just probably go here and then go to the top, but I decided to do it this way. And I got pretty close to the triple. So I decided, okay, I'm gonna drop my ground warden and flame flinger down here together. I like doing that sometimes to keep them working together. I really like doing that, and it works really well. So I dropped the warden and the warden and flame flinger down here, so you can see I flame flinger bottom. And I want the ground warden to work out all of this in a sense, like a lot of compartments. So I invested the rage and I dropped the wall break over here. The king probably could have done I could have done better with the king in a sense because the king was just funneling this out. But I dropped my warden, funneled this out, and he funneled out those two compartments really well because I just wanted to basically get the bow out of the way. And I think this was a good idea because it was going on the king. I probably could have done it on the other side, but so be it. But the king, I said the king to funnel over here, and I had another wall breaker too, and I ended up I did drop it over here, I believe, but I funneled everything in and I dropped the jump a little bit swaggered, I guess, not to jump it into the town hall. I basically just want to clip it. So I dropped the king now and I froze the monolith, but the king was already gone to Phoenix. I poisoned the super minions that come with the CC, and then I dropped my spells accordingly. So I jumped in here to compartment to clip, and then jump out to go that side. I probably could have done this completely differently. I probably could have gone down the town hall line. But we clipped the town hall, so bowlers did do their thing, and we got the triple bounce out. and then we worked off from there. So probably this jump could have been a little bit better, I guess, but I still think we did pretty good on the space. The flame flinger did pop out with and I dropped my RC on top of the king, which is very risky because the king can really hold the RC and kill the RC very quickly. But we got through the RC. I wasted my headhunter though on the RC with my king, but we still worked through. The hogs did end up dying, but they tanked really well for the RC, and I just dropped my queen up on the back end. Queen did have to force her ability sadly on that back end scatter, but she did heal up a little bit longer. But we did have to finish on the multi and the monolith, which was not good. But we still did pretty good, and we got almost a triple close to it. But the RC did have to waste her ability, and she did catch the tornado too, which sucked. But I believe I did really well. We did time fail it, but I did pretty well plan it. But I can show you that there's some bases I don't know what to do. But if I see one thing that I believe I can get it funneled out, I'm gonna do it, and then I just go out the base, with anything. But that's just how I plan it. Let me know down below if you do use World Smash and there's some other things that I can use differently. But that's it for me. Even if Clash Bashing does see this video, I would love him to say it. Thank you, Bash, for this as well. But that's just how I plan my SuperBowler Smash, and I did it probably completely different to other creators. But that's just how I like to do my SuperBowler Smash, and I try not to think about it too much. I go with one plan, then I go with it. If I fail, then I know, okay, well, I did something wrong, I gotta change something, and then I go about it that way. But that's it for me. If you guys did enjoy that, how I plan SuperBowler Smash, but that's it for me. I'll see you guys next time.